Hey guys, this is SF and welcome to Impossible Mondays. This week it is Colossal time against Avalon, and I'm going to do a full farmable, well not full farmable, but like a farmable party that you can bring, except for the friend you can probably choose something else that's not farmable, so, but still, the team is going to be first Empress, Lilith, Zenigata, and then the friend's going to be Amakusashiro. And it's all about pinching this game, and unfortunately I missed the first pinch, but first stage you don't have to get perfect like 4 out of 4, you can get like 4 out of 6 and that will be it. But the left side, the two left monsters on the first monster and the second monster will take care of the right side, and the third and fourth monster will take care of the left side, so make sure you pinch between the ball and the drone for the first one, and then the wall and the ball on the top. And 2 more turns for the ball, and the ball will do a volatile blast that does about 80 to 90k damage. I don't really remember the exact number, but of course you don't want to take the hit because of course you'll probably die. You can die unless you're like super high HP and at full HP. Okay, second round you get 3 shots to hit the 3 sections. So there's 2 sets on the bottom and then the wall and the ball on the top. And I was debating because first Empress has to get a pinch, but she was stuck on the right side with the right set, so either way we cleared it, and first Empress is going for the ball. That's good. And after the 3 turns, Diablo will go in, and the weak spots are always there. They're always there, and then pinch it right in the middle. It really takes practice. The hard part about this dungeon is just getting used to the pinch areas. And since I did have some practice in JP, I'm somewhat okay, I guess. Somewhat okay. But the Legion is probably one of the hard stages of the dungeon, just because you have to clear all 4 sets. So the 2 sets of balls and then the 2 Donatellos. The Donatellos will revive on the top left counter, and then the top right counter will be an ability lock that has a high chance of ability locking your monsters, and it also does about 20k damage. So you want to clear them off, or if you're all like already at the bottom side of the map, you can go for the pinch for Legion. But unless you're really comfortable with pinching Legion, I wouldn't go directly for it. Okay, next is Amakusashiro, and Donatello was going to do his ability lock, so yeah, that's why I had to go for it. Okay, now I'm going to try to get a pinch with Legion. Almost there, but on the bottom left counter of Legion will be an attack up, so you want to actually finish him off before at that turn or before it, because once he gets attack up, then his attacks will deal a lot more damage, and if you get hit, then it's most likely one shot, especially the spread shot. Even though the spread shot is a little bit small when you first see it, once it powers up, it reaches to the end of the map. So if you're in line with it, then you're basically dead. The lasers, the tri-lasers, is still the same in terms of width and stuff like that, but it deals like one shot. One shot does like 80k. Okay, mini boss, and make sure you take care of the sets and move to the top, because you see on the bottom there's ones and they'll shoot horizontal lasers, and you don't want that to happen. After that, then it's just basically hitting Avalon on the weak spot. Since my team doesn't have really powerful bump combos, hitting the weak spot directly is the best way to deal damage. If you have a Yamato, then you can probably just aim for Yamato, and then his lasers will go to the weak spot for the most part. Oh, almost. Okay, and now I have one more turn to clear it, because she'll do like a spread shot thing that will probably kill me. especially with that low HP. If you're full HP, then there is a chance you might survive, but I wouldn't take that risk. Okay, battle number 5. It's all about clearing these clones. The clones do not do any damage, but there's 3 of them, and then the main one will invade after this move. Now the clones will not do any damage, but once the boss invades, it will go right under the clone, and the only way to deal damage to the main mini boss is to defeat the clone. So that's why you gotta clear off the clones. Usually you want it in 2 shots, but I didn't hit the pinch, so that's why I'm behind around 2 shots. But this basically, you do not, in order to win this relatively in a stable way, is to not waste any shots. If you're behind some shots, then you don't have enough damage or time to finish off the boss. And since I wasted 2 shots of not doing much damage to the boss, then I'm 2 shots behind, and then the full, and then and then Avalon is going to do her OP attack. But thankfully Lilith is at the bottom, getting for the pinch. There we go. Now sadly, Amakusa Shield is near the top side of the map, so it's going to be hard to pinch the bottom because all the stuff are at the bottom and you want it to clear it in 4 shots. So you got 2 for the 2 sets with the ball and the drone, and 2 for the Donatellos. And trying my best to just get there. But it's the first stage, so, and it has lower HP than all the other stages, so you can waste 1 turn in my opinion. But you do not want to waste like 2 or 3 turns and stuff like that. And I think I wasted like 2 turns on this, on the Donatello stage. Okay. But in terms of the boss, you want to avoid the horizontal lasers, the triple horizontal lasers. And it comes from the right side counter. And it basically deals a lot of damage. And I'm going to stretch out with first Empress because I'm behind like 2 or 3 turns. And want to try to at least deal enough damage. And hardly did any damage. But first Empress is mostly about mob clearing, and it's short enough that you can use it again later on. But yeah, since I'm super far behind, I'm going to strike shot very soon with Amakusa. Okay. I definitely do not want to strike shot Lilith because I need the meteor for the last stage. Yeah, I have to strike shot with Amakusa just to deal as much damage as I could. Okay. 2 more turns. And I'm just going to go for as much damage as I can. Almost there, good. That's fine. But I kind of want to be on the top for the next stage, but that's fine. Lilith for the finish. Okay. Second stage, there are the Diablos from the second bot, from the very second stage of the dungeon, and you have 3 turns. So you want to use 2 turns for the balls. Alright, 1 turn for the balls and then 1 turn for the drones. But since I didn't clear out the balls perfectly, then I'm using 1 turn for the balls. But somehow I got through to the drones as well. And first Empress, since next turn she doesn't really have to do anything. This turn she doesn't have to do anything. I just place her at the bottom for the very next round when she attacks. And somehow I missed that shot. Like, totally missed that shot. And that's where you're behind 2 turns basically. But since Amakusa's next and she's right in the middle, I do not want to move her, so that's why I didn't do much with Zenigata. That's why I wasted 2 turns. And there we go. And then first Empress for the bottom side. And you want to keep her on the bottom side too for the Legion as well. If you have that luxury, then you do that. But it's not really that big in terms of that last stage, because as long as you have Lilith Strike Shot, it's really, really good. Okay, now it's just clearing off Avalon. And Moxa for the finish. Good. There we go. And first Cypress is in a perfect spot for the last stage. Okay, last stage. Basically, you have 4 shots, but you want to clear off 5 things. So that's where the Legion is really, really annoying. And that's why you want Lilith to use her Meteor Strike Shot and hit as many things as possible. You don't really care for Avalon. And somehow I hit all the minions. And there we go. Boom. And after that, it's just clearing off the drones, which is a little bit annoying. I didn't really want to use any strike shots for this because I didn't want to waste it on the drone. But since the drone does cover up the weak spots for Avalon, I should have done it a lot sooner so I can deal more damage. But in the end, it didn't really matter that much. Like, see here, I should have just strike shot it with first Empress, but I thought the drone was a little bit squishier than I expected, and somehow survived this turn as well, which was not great. Okay, there you go. Everything's dead. Now you just focus fire onto Avalon with strike shots. All the strike shots. Okay. So then you got the, it's not bad. Like, his main use is the bomb combo because the Pierce Wave is relatively strong. And then perfect side to side with Amaxa. That was not really perfect side to side, but it dealt more than enough. And sadly, I missed Speed Clear. And I'm just going to strike shot because why not? Boom. And come on, and Lilith for the last shot. And that's Avalon without Yamato. If you don't bring any Yamatos, then you basically aim for the weak spots with your just normal bounces. If not, then you just hit Yamatos for this bomb combo and it'll do a lot of damage. Just make sure you strike shot beforehand if you know that you're gonna get really, really screwed later on. But that's pretty much it for me. No drops, but I hope you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.